Welcome in, guys, to week number 5 or week number 6 of the B Main Bandits. One moment here as we get our camera going. For those of you that want to see my beautiful face, not many out there, but hey, you are out there, and we thank you kindly. It is week number 6 for the B Main Bandits here at Lucas Oil. We are back with the non-wing 360 action at this 3/8 of a mile track. The Diamond of Racetracks is what they like to call it. This amazing facility hosts everything from dirt track racing to off-road racing. I believe they have a drag strip even, and they have boat racing, if you want to even jump into that. But what a crazy facility. and we are here to capture all of it on Warlord Gaming. Thank you to everybody from Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Whatever your choice, you will be able to watch these guys here on Tuesday nights. Richie Joplin already chiming in from Facebook. Great to see him here. If you guys want to comment, let me know where what platform you are on. We are always tracking that and trying to bring the best action to you guys that we can. So as we jump into qualifying here, it is lone qualifying for the B-Main Bandits. 3 laps on the dirt. Mr. Craig Silby is at the top of the list. No surprises there. He ran a 14.54 to get that pole. Bruce Klingen is sitting second with a 14.68. Ryan Paget coming in with a 14.7. Wonderboy Jackson McLean, your points leader, with a 14.71. Brett Wilson with a 14.75. Will round out your top 5. Then it goes Thomas and York, the older Thornton, Davidson, younger Thornton, Joey Smith, Richie Joplin, and Scott Snodgrass to round out the field of 13 cars. We should have 2 heat races tonight, guys. It's going to be an amazing time. These guys are going to be slipping and sliding with these high horsepower non-wing 360s. It is always a great show. Let us know how we're doing here, guys. If you like the new overlays, what we can do to bring a better racing product to you guys, especially with the replays. Yeah. We work hard here, and we want to bring the best product we can and have the best representation of these leagues that we come out here and watch and be able to support everybody. So we will be jumping into heat race number 1 here momentarily. Let's go ahead and see what we got here. And as we have drivers getting on the grid, we do have Mr. Ted York on the pole position for heat race number 1. To his outside is Brett Wilson. In third, racing out of Oklahoma, is Ryan Paget. The New Zealander will be outside row number 2, Mr. Craig Silby. David Davidson will be coming in 5th tonight for heat race number 1, racing out of the UK. Great to see them showing back up. Joey Smith out of Texas will be to his outside, and rounding out the field is Mr. Scott Snodgrass, racing out of West Melbourne, Florida. Eight-lap heats. They will have, I believe, 2 pace laps here, and we will get going with the B-Main Bandits for week 6 action. Make sure you guys are sticking around. We will have the asphalt sprint cars at Legacy Phoenix after this. These guys are going to put on 2 very great shows tonight, and you do not want to miss a second of the action. Mr. Ted York will lead them down through 3 and 4. A little bit of a bump, but they do fire. And York will lead them into 1 and 2. Ryan Paget trying to get on the gas early. Didn't work out for him as he jumps the cushion. York will still be your leader coming out of 4, followed closely by Brett Wilson. And the New Zealander trying to work his way up there, Mr. Craig Silby. Still working that bottom side. You don't want to hit those tires. We've seen it before as he made his move into 2nd. Now he's shooting for 1st. But Wilson still does have the advantage on the bottom line. Paget has come back from that cushion jump, trying to get up there and just rip that cushion and get the momentum. But sitting in 3rd. York has dropped back 3 spots in the 4th with Joey Smith in 5th and David Davidson in 6th. Didn't see what happened to Mr. Scott Snodgrass, but we're showing he has jumped to the pits. Wilson doing a great job to hold off the New Zealanders. As we come out of 4 and cross the line, 3 to go. We have our very first caution of the night. Looks like Ryan Paget was the cause. Take a look here. Paget up in the wall. Just shot it a little too high. Unfortunate for Paget. He was having a great heat race. Trying to take a little bit too many liberties up top for Wreckin' Ryan there. Hey, he's got to do it once a night, guys, to live up to that name. So we will have a 2-lap shootout when we get back to green. Brett Wilson only has to hold off Craig Silvey for 2 laps. But Ted York now back in this fight. Can he attack Craig Silvey and get up there and do anything to get possibly the heat race win and put himself in a great position for the main event tonight? Behind him, you do have Joey Smith and David Davidson. Both of them have shown some speed tonight, but can they capitalize? Only time will tell. Single file restart just like every dirt race for the B-Main Bandits. Brett Wilson will lead them. Gets a great jump. 3 to go. Admins might be calling that one back, but we will have to see. Craig Silvey doing everything he can to get up there and chase Brett. Ted York does hold that 3rd position. As Ryan Paget trying to get around Joey Smith. Paget's loving that high side tonight, but it is not loving him. As there you go, you see a little bit more contact once again with that right rear tire. White flag is out. Can Silvey do anything? Wilson shoots it down low using that slider line. Wilson will take his first heat race victory with the B-Main Bandits. Craig Silvey right behind him, followed by York, Smith, and Wreckin' Ryan. All right, guys, and heat number 2 is on the way. You do have league owner Andrew Thornton on the pole, followed by Mr. Scott Tomlinson to his outside. Now, quick little note, guys, we are waiting for a time bomb to happen tonight. Sarah, if you are watching, I am sorry for the pizza. Jackson McLean will be in 3rd, inside row number 2, right behind Andrew. Bruce Klingen will be outside of Wonderboy, with Austin Thornton and Richie Joplin rounding out the field of 6 for heat race number 2. Lights on the pace truck are out. We will be going green this time by. Let's take a quick little ride with Mr. Andrew Thornton on this restart, or on this start of heat race number 2, and see what he can do. He's got a lot of hungry drivers behind him. Can he get into one cleanly? Only time will tell. As you hear it, he is on the loud pedal. We are green. See him as he's trying to keep the car down low. It looks like we are already under caution. What happened there? Go back and take a look at the restart. Oh, Thomason trying to get a jump. kicks the car sideways and just slams into Wonder Boy. But everybody will get going once again. It's like Thomason will take it to the pits. So they will re-rack and we will refire and get going for heat race number 2 here in a moment. What we watched there with Thomason is a very common issue, especially with these non-wing cars. They are very downforce deficient, is the best way of saying it. Normally you see these sprint cars, they have 2 gigantic wings, one on the nose, one on top, and that is what makes these cars planted. And then you get these crazy guys out here that they say, hey, let's take off the wings and see how this goes. Some guys can handle it, some can't, and you see a lot of sideways action, especially with this much horsepower in these 360s. As Andrew Thornton will lead them down into 4, fires, and we are green once again. Bruce Klingen makes a great move on Andrew Thornton. Andrew cuts down. Can he keep the lead? 6 to go. As he is fighting for his life here at Lucas Oil. Gets it a little bit too sideways, but can he put the power down? They will be sideways coming off of the backstretch. Correction, front stretch. They are currently on the backstretch now. Andrew working that low side, working a slider line that time in 3 and 4. And able to hold off Klingen. Jackson McLean not able to make any ground up as of yet. He did get around Austin Thornton and Richie Joplin, but can he catch Bruce and Andrew? He's only got 3 laps to do it. As Andrew has worked out to a comfortable 7/10 of a second lead over Bruce. Jackson has a monumental gap to try to get to Bruce. 1 second and 2/10 at the line. He may have to consider just taking the podium as Bruce sends it in, closes the gap on Thornton. White flag is out, and we have a race for the lead. Thornton hits the tire. Can Bruce capitalize? Not yet. Bruce looking to the outside. It's going to be a drag race to the finish. Who puts down the power first? Give it to Thornton for heat race number 2. Followed by Klingen, McLean, younger brother Austin Thornton, and Richie Joplin. But Scott Thomason, unfortunately, not able to finish the race. No warm-up for these guys. We will jump straight into it. And on the pole will be younger brother to older brother, the league owner, Mr. Austin Thornton. I apologize, guys. Younger brother to Andrew Thornton, the league owner. It is Austin Thornton on the pole. Joey Smith is to his outside. That is one of the scariest front rows in motorsports, guys. They're definitely going to be the one to watch. Inside row number 2 is Jackson McLean. And to his outside is Ted York, racing out of Camden, New York. Klingen, who had a great run in heat race number 2, will be 5th for the inside row number 3. And to his outside, out of Auckland, New Zealand, Mr. Craig Silby. Then we get into your heat race winners. Andrew Thornton and Mr. Brett Wilson will make up row number 4. And you have David Davidson out of the UK in 9th with Richie Joplin to his outside. Ryan Paget, who has been attracted to that wall all night long, will be inside of row number 6 with Scott Thomason to his outside. And rounding out the field will be Mr. Joey Smith. "30 laps of action here. And any bets in the chat tonight on over-under on when we're going to get our first caution? That front row, that's scary. You had Joey Smith go to the back, but you have Austin Thornton up there racing with Sylvie. And Austin does kick us off here for 30 laps at Lucas Oil. Running a slider line, he goes high in 1 and 2. As we already have guys wrecking, no caution as of yet. Austin still on the high side. He gives way to the faster guys. Jackson McLean going through. Jackson nails the tire. Brett Wilson and Craig Sylvie aren't able to capitalize on it. But Jackson, what happened there, man? We can only assume that Jackson had some damage. That left front, try to see if we can get a better angle. Go back and take a watch as he nails that tire. Yep. So iRacing did reset the damage, but it is there. And as you see, Jackson just not able to get through the corner going in 3 and 4 after nailing the tire. A rare mistake by Wonder Boy. And he'll be racing from the back tonight. See if we, at the end of the night, if we get to talk to him once again. Person that does benefit, he's sitting P5 right now, is Mr. Andrew Thornton. Currently, he is 15 points behind Jackson McLean in the championship. So Andrew does want to get up there and get onto that podium tonight while keeping Jackson off of it. As the pace truck will pull in, we are going green here momentarily. Brett Wilson will be leading them to the green. Out of 3 and 4, everybody, the field is not set, but Brett will take off. The top 5 were grouped and took the green. Austin Thornton, what are you doing, buddy? Let's go back and we're going to take a look from Austin's perspective here. He just doesn't even turn. Buddy, guys, I promise you, I am not in the car tonight. Craig, if you are watching this replay, that was not me. Okay? I apologize for the Kokomo deal. Or Lima Land, one of the two. I believe it was Lima Land in the midgets. Carbon copy that Austin Thornton just did there. Just sends it in and straight lines Mr. Craig Sylvie. So, after our little shake-up there, it will be Brett Wilson back in the lead. Austin Thornton somehow is still P2. Richie Joplin is showing P4 right now. Ryan Padgett has worked his way up into 3rd. Joey Smith up into 5th. Scott Thomason, McLean, Klingon, Thornton, Snodgrass, and then Sylvie, Davidson, and, well, Davidson will round out the field. Huge shakeups tonight with these cautions. Guys just not able to get around any of these wrecks. And we will be back under green. Wilson will lead into 1 once again. Padgett follows him out, followed by Thornton, and it looks like Scott Snodgrass is the cause of the next caution here. Scott not having a good restart at all. Everybody checking up for him there. And he sends it in, just loops it. Just inexperience in these very low downforce cars.